My name is Melissa Karmen Lee. Welcome to the newly opened Chinese Canadian Museum. We are standing in the oldest building in Chinatown. It was originally built in 1889, and it was the place of import-export as well as the housing structure for the Yip family. Yip Sang, he lived here with his 3 wives and 23 children, and this was his place of business and place of family. The 23 children lived here, they went to school here. Up on the 3rd floor, we have the oldest schoolroom in Vancouver, established in 1901. So for us to be the very first Chinese Canadian museum in Canada and to be located in the oldest building in Chinatown, it really gives a sense of permanence and a sense of coming back home for the family, the history, and also for our Chinese Canadian community. So we were so pleased. Our opening day weekend, we had a terrific turnout. We had our ribbon cutting, our official ceremony on the Friday. Premier Eby, Mayor Sim, and Minister Mary Ng all came for our grand opening. So we had people from all 3 levels of government that came to support us. We had several government dignitaries. We had private donors. We had artists. We had many people from the local Chinatown community, from the benevolent associations and from the other cultural heritage foundations in Chinatown. Everybody came. It was a great party. We flipped it over and turned it into a cocktail party at night, invited more people. And then on Saturday, when we were open to the public, we had a lineup outside the door getting ready for our grand opening. So our feature exhibition is the Paper Trail. It's the exhibition that I'm standing in here right now. It's curated by Catherine Clement. She spent 4 years gathering the certificates of identity that marked people that were born here of Chinese descent during the 1923 Exclusion Act. When the Exclusion Act happened, those Canadians of Chinese descent that were born here were forced to register, and what those certificates did was take away their citizenship and take away any possibility of legal status. So it was often called Humiliation Day during that time. So what Catherine did is she went back to all those families and gathered those certificates, and they're all here in this exhibition in the room that I'm standing in now. Along with the exhibition, there are other stories, such as the Chinese bachelors. A lot of families were separated during the 1923 Exclusion Act. So those men that came to Canada to work on the railway, often their wives were at home, or they never had a chance to marry because there was no interracial marriage. So they often died without family. And it's a really sad, untold story that we want to highlight in our exhibition as part of Canada's untold past. So the exhibition, when you first come in to the museum, is called Odysseys and Migration. And it's really telling you the timeline, giving you a snapshot of Chinese Canadians and how they immigrated here. So everything from 1788, when the first Chinese came to Canada as carpenters and interacted with Indigenous communities, to the gold rush, to the railway, as well as to Hong Kong, Vancouver flows, as well as present day migration. So Chinese immigrants come not only from China and Hong Kong, but also from South Africa, from Vietnam, from Mauritius, all around the world. So we really want to highlight the diversity of the diaspora and how Chinese Canadian identity is complex. It's not as simple as coming from one country, and that's a story that we really want to highlight and tell people when they come to the museum. Our museum goals are really to honor Chinese Canadian history and community. I think a lot about myself. When I grew up here in Vancouver, a lot of our history was untold. And so what we hope to do here is really shine a light on different parts of history, like the Chinese Exclusion Act in the paper trail, or like really long-standing families like the Yips, and tell their stories. Tell the stories of Chinatown and Chinatowns across Canada, but also celebrate present-day Chinese Canadian culture. So we hope to really involve youth. We hope to tell the stories of the Chinese Canadian diaspora and how diverse that is, and how all of these different Chinese people came and made Canada their home over several hundred years.